Hey, how y'all doing? No Bandit back at you. Today we're going to discuss one of the hardest things in prison, man. One of the hardest jobs in prison you have to do if you're a convict, right? Being a convict's one of the hardest jobs you can take on in your life, right? You got to go through shit, even for people you don't even know or you don't even care about or nothing. If you're a convict, because you can't rat, you can't tell, you can't do shit. You know what I mean? Imagine doing that for someone that doesn't even give a fuck about you or someone you really don't even know. You got to go sit in the hole for a year or two because you got to be a convict. You don't tell on that motherfucker. You don't know that motherfucker. Even if you hate his guts or you don't even know him, you don't save your ass. You're a convict. You got to go sit in the fucking hole for a year or two. That's what you got to do. Being a convict's a hard task to take upon yourself, right? Not many can do that shit. I mean, there are some hard ass convicts out there, and I'm one of them, right? When it comes down to shit, people won't do that. The average motherfucker's gonna tell. They're not gonna sit there, especially on someone they don't even know or they don't even deal with, right? It's got to be in your blood to be a convict, right? It's one of the hardest things you got to do, right? You got to take on all kinds of shit. You're top of the totem pole, right? Shit goes down, you got to go down with the shit, right? And save everybody else. Like I mentioned before. You know, every day you got to roll different because you're looked upon different because you are different. You're a convict, right? A solid ass motherfucker, right? You know, like I said before, if you ain't solid, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Not many can say that they're solid like that, right? They go all on these channels and stuff. Everybody talks about how solid they are. They're fucking convicts, and half the motherfuckers, I guarantee, would fucking tell, or they already have told. They got shit in their past. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm convict to the core, to the soul. You know, so a lot of shit motherfuckers wouldn't do, I do behind closed doors. They'd actually tell, or they'd fucking, you know, you got to be a convict behind closed doors so you can look yourself in the fucking mirror every day, right? Save the next guy. Save the police. You know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers are trying to get to you, you make the boundaries stop at you. If you're a convict, right? You always set boundaries up anyway when you're running shit. So everything leads back in order to you. You take the fall if something goes bad. You don't try to save your ass like 99% of these motherfuckers would, right? Try to save their ass, even out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out to save their own ass. So being a convict's a hard fucking job. You got to oversee shit. You got to watch shit. You got to see shit you don't want to see. You know what I mean? You got to make calls. You got to fucking, you know, do shit for people, man. Fucking, one time, I'll give you an example. One time, this black dude I know really good from a different crew and shit, right? He was Bloods or Crips, something like Crips. He's a Crips, right? Well, he come up to me and he fucking just beat this white dude down, right? He's like, hey, dog. He's like, help me out with this dude, man. His eyes all fucked up, popped out, bloody and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to fucking lockup and shit. Help me out, right? So I don't even know this white dude, right? I roll right up to his room, right into his cell, right? I said, listen, dog, you know what I mean? You're gonna say you climbed up on that fucking ladder right there and you slipped off and you busted your fucking eye going up to the top bunk. Because he was new. Nobody knew him. Nobody knew shit about him, right? You know what I'm saying? So I told him that's what you're gonna do, dog. You're gonna have problems. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna cause a whole lot of fucking wars and all kinds of shit. Just go tell the motherfucker. He ran his mouth. It was on his own fucking problem, right? Or the dude wouldn't have come to me like he did. You know what I mean? So I solved the problem. That's a convict. Convicts got to get in the middle and solve the problem for people so there ain't big ass race wars and all kinds of other shit, right? So I told the new dude, the white dude, go in there and tell him what I just told you to tell him. And sure enough, fucking 20 minutes later, he was back. Eyeball stitched up. Everything was good. No one went to lock up. Nothing happened. Dude was cool. Black dude was cool. Came to me and said, love, man. Take care of that shit, right? People look up to you to do shit for them, right? To take care of shit and squash shit. Make shit go round. Sacrifice your own ass. Motherfuckers don't sacrifice their own ass, man. If everybody sacrifices their own ass, it'd be a great world, right? You know what I mean? In prison too, especially, right? Everybody's fucking telling on everything, right? You know? Right and left, even your own crew. You can't trust your own crew half the time. Because you got envy and jealousy and shit like that, right? You know? I think a few times, man, fucking to go back in time during my 15 years, I think one of my dudes actually was fucking setting me up, because all I went to the whole fucking lot of times for selling dope, selling dope, selling dope. They never caught me with shit, just conspiracy shit. But a few of the times I thought nobody knows shit, only close, tight people. So there's got to be someone in the circle. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm free and I think about it, this dude was dropping kites, fucking burning us up, a couple of us up, the head dogs of the fucking crew, you know what I'm saying? Because we got all the money and shit and the dope and all that. So he thinks if he can put us in the hole and lock us up for fucking 6 months, a year or so, whatever, he can get to the dope, he can get to the money, Max. He's one of our crew, he's one of our boys, right? So if we go to lockup, we're gonna send word out, hey man, get in the fucking bank and get our money, send us up our chew, tobacco, everything we need and shit, right? Then he's got access to all the dope and everything. Now that I look back, I went to jail 2, 3 times for no reason that nobody knew shit, man. Nobody knew shit. They had to be an inside job. See, you can't even trust motherfucking people, man, at all. Convicts, anybody. You trust no one. That's my motherfucking motto. Trust no one, right? Because they'll take your shit, whatever. They're jealous, they're envy of you, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of bogus ass shit, right? People trying to get shit that ain't theirs, because they're not in control. They're jealous and shit, right? But now I think about it, it's a sad situation. I think dude fucking did burn us up. Being convict, you got to go with the road, go with the punches, right? Do what you got to do for people, right? Like I said, even if they're not your people, you don't even know them, or it's a situation, you got to put yourself out there, you know? That's how you gain respect. That's how you get solid. That's how you fucking make your name who you are. Convict, that motherfucker solid. That dude's solid, man. They seen what you done over time. He's done this. He's done this for these guys. He's sacrificed his life for these dudes over here. It's a lot to go into to be a convict, man. Being a convict, like I said, is a hard motherfucking job, but you got to do it. Someone's got to fucking do it. Stand up, be a convict, right? All right, guys. Peace out, man. Later.